because at the moment it's this. Saudi Arabia. Now, I know many of you around the country have God, here he goes again, the bloody Saudi Pro League. But we make no apology for it because there's some major names out there now. They're trying to improve the league all the time. Is it affecting...
In front of 980 fans on Jordan Henderson's debut.
Is it affecting the landscape here? Well, maybe. Might it affect it more in other areas? Yes, it might. So they were seen as a bit of a disruptor when they started coming for players. Now it seems they're coming for referees. And how is that going to change the landscape here? The Premier League, the greatest league in the world, that's what we say. But what happens if they start pinching some of the best officials in the game who work here? And that's exactly what they're going to try and do, it seems. They're looking to recruit leading referees from the Premier League and elsewhere in Europe. And they're trying to lure them there on a full-time basis with what? You guessed it. Sackloads of money. Should we have expected this? Mark Halsey, former referee, joins us live. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Simon.
Morning, Mark.
Mark, I just said there, should we have expected this? We should, shouldn't we?
Yes, I suppose we should because of what the amount of money that's involved and what they're paying players to go there. It's like every top league in the country wants the best officials, and and we have got some top quality officials in our league, and obviously they're going to come and take them.
Yeah, I mean, could this potentially be a problem for our league here because they will be coming for our best referees, right?
Possibly, yeah, it will be because you see the gulf in teams that are promoted from the Championship into the Premier League. That's no different from refereeing terms. When you promote a referee from the Championship, Select Group 2 up into Select Group 1, it's a massive step, a massive jump, and it takes 2 or 3 years to get bedded in and get players to know you and get players to trust you. Now, the best 2 referees in the Premier League at present, without doubt, is Michael Oliver. For me, he's our number 1, and you've got Anthony Taylor close behind.
Yes, yeah.
And listen, it all depends on circumstances. I think I know Michael would go, obviously, because it's financial security for the rest of your life. But then, you talk about FIFA referees. We've had Gerard Gillett come over from Australia. He's now in the Premier League. He lost his FIFA badge for a couple of seasons, and now he's got it back because he's been in the UK for 2 or 3, I think it's about 4 seasons now, and he's got his FIFA badge. So his FIFA badge back.
Are referees ambitious, Mark? Do they look at the global opportunities of refereeing World Cup finals and European Championships and international opportunities as part of their ambitions in their career path?
Absolutely, Simon. I mean, listen, when I was coming through, every player wanted to play in a cup final at Wembley. Every referee wants to referee at the highest level. That'd be
so. There'll be a difficulty. There'll be a difficulty with those that jump on this bandwagon for the economic benefits, and maybe the Premier League has to revisit, or the PGMOL has to revisit some of the salaries to be considered as top referees if you're refereeing in Saudi.
That's a decision you've got to make, isn't it?
That's a decision you've got to make. Obviously, with your families, what's involved, and yes, I think that the PGMOL could offer our top referees a lot more salaries, higher salaries to keep them there. That's what we want. I mean, I think currently, they're on around about 150,000 a year. Plus, obviously, those guys that referee in the Champions League, Michael and Anthony, obviously they get a lot more from UEFA because they referee in the Champions League. So, yeah, listen...
I think there's a commercial case to be made. I mean, we live in a globalised world, don't we? And the reality of these circumstances are there to be seen. I mean, Howard's next challenge, if that is a real challenge, is to make sure that the production line of quality referees and the recruitment and the development of referees, as is always going to be the challenge, is a constant field, so that ultimately, if people take some of our referees because the economics in Saudi are overcomable, then it's incumbent upon Howard, as part of his task-making, to build the next generation of referees underneath it. It creates opportunities for other people, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and that's why we have to make sure we have the best training education, the best coaches involved in our referees lower down the level to bring the talent through. The younger referees that are coming through now, it's important that we guide them through from non-league level to the national league and then get them into the League 1 and League 2.
Mark, you seem to be in no doubt whatsoever that the likes of Michael Oliver, the best referee, would say yes. Yeah.
Listen, I'm only, it's my opinion. If the opportunity arose for Michael, I think he would take it.
Would you have done it?
Absolutely.
Simply because it's a no-brainer because of the money on offer. I mean, what would they... Mark, second guess it for me. What would they pay them? What would they pay them? I'm trying to get in touch with the Saudi Pro League at the moment. What do you think? What do you think they'd pay them?
Well, what are they paying the players? I think. Listen, for a referee to someone like Michael, I think you've got to be looking at £1 million a season. If they're going to ups and sticks all the way out there and referee out there, you're looking at 500 plus to $1 million.
I mean, when you hear that, more money, considerably more money, you are undoubtedly going to be verbally abused less. Well, there's less hassle involved.
As Simon said, there's hardly anybody there.
Yeah, exactly. But what I would say, I would make the case, not because I've all of a sudden become a champion for referees, but I actually do believe that there should be more money made available to the referees anyway. I believe that the PGMOL should be dealing with the Premier League on a percentage contribution to be able to enhance the level of refereeing compensation or financial reimbursement to a level which is commensurate with the scale of the game.
What should they be paid to you? Simon, in your view.
Simon's absolutely spot on. Yeah, we've got some really good young talent in the refereeing fraternity coming through, but it's the way we train them and educate them, and the top quality coaches that we need to get in to help these guys.
Yeah. What's a realistic figure for the top referee to be paid here?
I mean, I wouldn't think that paying a referee. I would like it to be performance indexed as well, but I wouldn't think that £250,000 base salary with an opportunity on the basis of performance, almost an attendance fee, which they get anyway, to get you up to $500,000 a year for a top referee refereeing 20 or 30 times in the Premier League would be something that's unreasonable.
I mean, that's not unreasonable, is it? 250k. I mean, some players earn that in a week, Mark.
Absolutely, and their performances are bonus related as well, so they do get bonuses for their performances.
Yeah, and it's a heck of a lot different.
It could be higher.
It's a heck of a lot different refereeing the likes of the Manchester Derby than it is Al Hilal against Al Ittihad.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
absolutely. I mean, I've refereed Liverpool, Man United many times, and I tell you, it's not easy.
Yeah, this is real. Do you think then, Mark? If what you're saying is right, and they would probably go to $1 million a season for Oliver. This is
That's not what he said. What he said was, if it was for him to go there, it would need to be something like 500 million quid to make that big life-changing decision. That's what he said. Yeah,
but they could go to $1 million a season. You think, Matt? It's far from inconceivable that the Saudis wouldn't pay that. Of course they would. So
they could pay more to get.
Pay what they want, can't they?
If you're looking for your top referees from Europe, you're gonna pick one or two from each country, are you? And you're not going to take everybody. So our top referee at the moment is by far, in my opinion, is Michael Oliver, without a shadow of a doubt. So for me, I think they would go in for someone like Michael from England, offer him whatever they want to offer him, and then it would be up to Michael to say yay or nay.
Sure. Mark, you still get your whistle? You better look at it.
Listen, I'm available. Give him my number.
There's a flight to Riyadh at 1:00. Listen, Mark, thank you very much indeed. Mark Halsey joining us live. I think it is something that clearly needs to be observed here, Simon. And you're right. The likes of Howard Webb here, they need to look at this and think.
He'll price it in. It's a challenge of running this business. And what Mark has just said is absolutely right. They'll nick a couple of our top referees from the Premier League if that's what's going to happen. They'll nick a couple from Serie A, La Liga, and that's what they'll have. Right? We will then have an opportunity to have a succession programme, and we might have to look at the remuneration that referees get, because I've always maintained if we want the best in class, they should have St George's for referees.
Yeah.
They should have the quality assurance and the standards that are in place with the best in class, and they should pay them that way. And if players, again, I know players are the talent, and I'm not suggesting that I want to make referees millionaires just for the sake of it. Yeah. What I'm saying is that commensurate with the game, commensurate with the riches of the game, it seems like a disproportionate amount that the officials in control of the game get a very small amount by comparison.
Okay. Assistant producer Joe through there as a referee. And
there are exceptions.
We've been looking to get rid of him for weeks. This could be the way. Okay. Mark Halsey is saying, start getting prepare for it, because the money on offer could be too difficult to say no to. We shall see.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.